Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best gaming motherboards for Intel.
Starting at number 5.
Gigabyte B650E Aorus Master. AMD gives us various options with AM5, such as B650E, which has slightly reduced functionality compared to X670E. The price is also reduced, and in our opinion, you'll still get most of the goodies. It just has a few less PCIe Gen 5 lanes, USB ports, and SATA ports. Keep in mind that AM5 only gives you access to Ryzen 7000 CPUs, since it's a completely new platform. Sorry, Ryzen 5000 fans, you'll have to stick to X570 or B550. The Gigabyte B650E Aorus Master brings its $349 MSRP to the Ryzen AM5 lineup. While it only has 4 PCIe Gen 5 lanes, it's more than you'll get with B650, thanks to the E designator. They're used optimally here, with 4 onboard M.2 NVMe slots. SATA ports top out at 4, but given the generous NVMe storage, you'll likely never saturate these options for most gaming builds. The I/O doesn't stop there, with a whopping 13 USB ports on the back, up to 10 gigabits per second USB Gen 2. While you won't get USB 4, you'd have to pay more for the privilege. Other great options include Wi-Fi 6E, 2.5 gigabits LAN, and HDMI out for the Integrate iGPU. The Gigabyte B650E Aorus Master still looks premium, even if it's cheaper than its X670E brethren. With a straightforward monochromatic design, it has the right nuanced touches just in the right places. A lot of those visual niceties also translate to performance, with the impressive VRM heatsinks having some real presence. You'll also have thermal pad armor covering the NVMe slots, for functional aesthetics. 16+2+2 digital VRM not only looks great, but it can handle the glorious performance of even the Ryzen 9 CPUs. Certainly, gamers who chose the B650E Aorus Master won't feel like they're missing anything. It's a premium design with a fair price for next-generation technology.
Coming at number 4.
Asus ROG Crosshair X670E Hero. AMD's new AM5 platform brings with it some mighty fast CPUs such as the Ryzen 9 7950X. With this power, you'll need a premium motherboard to pair with it. Enter the Asus ROG X670E Hero. Repeating much of what makes the Hero an enthusiast favorite on Intel and past AMD X570, it's back with even more features. DDR5, PCIe Gen 5, all there, and these PCIe lanes are very expansive on the X670E chipset. Not only will you get 2 PCIe Gen 5 16X slots, but you'll also get 4 onboard M.2 NVMe slots. 2 of them are PCIe Gen 5, and 2 are Gen 4, now that's storage performance. Wait, there's more! With the included accessory PCIe Gen 5 card, you can add an additional NVMe drive. Nestled amongst the 12 rear USB ports, you'll find USB 4, which has similar 40 gigabits per second speeds to Thunderbolt 4. The usual Wi-Fi 6E and Intel 2.5 gigabits LAN are here too, plus a few nice usability features, Asus Q-Release and Q-Latch, for the PCIe slot and M.2 slots, respectively. These make swapping out components effortless. But you want a ROG Hero because of the aesthetics and RGB, right? With a resoundingly weighty build quality, the overall design is also gorgeous. There are glossy and matte finishes throughout, but your eye will quickly be drawn to the showy RGB instead. Nicely done, and best of all, it completely fits the design and makes for a premium experience. With new Ryzen CPUs such as the 7950X 3D models coming out, those seeking maximum performance will do well with the ROG Hero, which has the 18+2 teamed power stages to handle blazingly fast CPUs. The combination of excellent features and mouth-watering eye candy certainly justifies its $699 MSRP. This board is for enthusiast gamers wanting a premium experience. With DDR5 getting cheaper, and more Ryzen CPU models being released, there are more opportunities for overall lower platform costs, too.
At number 3.
MSI Mag Z790 Tomahawk Wi-Fi DDR4. If you want to enjoy nearly the same next-generation performance in games as you would in much more expensive motherboards, the MSI Mag Z790 Tomahawk has you covered. Sure, it's not a premium $500 plus behemoth, but it has exactly the features you'll need to have a great experience. And sure, there are some cheaper options out there, but this board will give you loads of features for the price. As with the Edge Wi-Fi Z790 above, opting for DDR4 helps cut the build costs considerably. Support for 12th and 13th Gen Intel CPUs gives you lots of options and price flexibility. You'll get the same 16x PCIe Gen 5 found on many more expensive motherboards, plus Wi-Fi 6E and 2.5 gigabits LAN. No skimping on M.2 slots here either. You'll get a total of 4 PCIe Gen 4 slots. That's followed by 10 USB ports on the back, 20 gigabits per second, and even BIOS flashback and clear CMOS. All told, it should leave only the most demanding gamers needing more. Top it off with a clean, no-frills design, and you're most of the way there in terms of features compared to pricier options. The motherboard is basic in terms of RGB, but you do get RGB headers. You also get PWM fan headers and even great VRM performance, with a fancy-sounding 16+1+1 duet rail power system that can handle even an i9 Intel CPU. In terms of value for what you're getting, it's a great package. You'll also have a significantly cheaper platform cost by combining the $309 MSRP, cheaper DDR4, and wide array of Intel CPUs to pair with.
Number 2 of my list.
MSI Z790 Edge Wi-Fi DDR4. You'll get some mighty bang for your buck in the mid-range segment, enough features and aesthetics to impress, but at a price you can stomach. The MSI Edge Wi-Fi Z790 is a prime example. Besides boasting a healthy feature set, the board comes in either DDR5 or DDR4 versions, giving you even more flexibility in your budget, should you choose to stick with memory you already have or to save on purchasing last-gen modules. We'd go for the DDR5 version ourselves, as a means of future-proofing, but you can expect to pay about $30 extra for that support. Both versions support 12th Gen and 13th Gen Intel CPU. The 16+1+1 phase VRM can handle even the i9-13900K for gaming. However, a mid-range CPU such as the 13600K or 13700K would make an excellent pairing here. You'll also get lots of I/O, with 10 USB ports, including fast 20 gigabits per second. 5 M.2 slots and PCIe Gen 5 in the form of a 16x slot round out the offerings. Aesthetics are king with this board. The white and silver design will be an elegant foundation for any build. The entire motherboard is covered with nice thermal armor and tasteful accents. The build quality is solid, to boot. With a price of $369, and the ability to pair with cheaper DDR4 and an older Intel 12th Gen CPU, there is great value here. While it doesn't have the fancy box or accoutrements of more expensive motherboards, it's got the features you'll need at an excellent price range.
And number 1.
Asus ROG Maximus Z790 Hero. If you're after a premium motherboard for your Intel 13th generation CPU, the Asus ROG Z790 is one of the best choices on the market. The Intel i9-13900K makes an excellent pairing here, with twin 20+1 power stages offering overkill performance. Packing DDR5, PCIe Gen 5, and loads of USB ports, it has plenty of I/O, too. M.2 drive slots are plenty, with 3 on board, plus an included ROG M.2 PCIe card that lets you add 2 more. Other standout features include Thunderbolt 4, Wi-Fi 6E, 2.5 gigabits networking, and more heatsinks than you count. Packaging is nicely done, with a premium box and accessory inclusion to match the $629.99 MSRP. The motherboard is also very well built and feels substantial in the hands, with a weighty heft. The ROG, or Republic of Gamers, branding has been popular with enthusiast gamers. Part of the reason is the gamer-centric design, which this motherboard has in spades. Like RGB? You'll be at home here, with a beautiful I/O area display. The rest of the motherboard is adorned with high-quality finishes and plenty of thermal armor covers, too. The VRM heatsinks look downright imposing, and do their job tremendously well. With performance to match the aesthetics, gamers will find loads of overclocking features here too. A great BIOS, clear CMOS, and an onboard power button all make your overclocking life easier. This motherboard is no doubt amongst the more expensive, but for the enthusiast who doesn't mind spending a bit more to get some extra features and nicely done details, it offers value, with few compromises on aesthetics or performance.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.